All right. How you doing, folks? Ron Raymond here from the Raymond Report for a Friday, April 9th, a freaky Friday at that. Hope you're having yourself a good start to your day. As always, don't forget, if you do enjoy these videos, please hit that like button and subscribe to our channel by hitting that notification bell in the top right-hand corner, or hit the subscribe button below on a mobile device. All right, folks, how you doing? Ramblers and gamblers out there in the Raymond Report bullpen. Hopefully you guys had a great night last night. Not a bad night last night with the picks overall. In fact, watched the Islander game last night. That was, the Islanders better be able to score some goals on the power play because, yesterday we talked about risk management, right? And betting on A and B type teams against C type teams. Had that been a B type team, they would have beat them, right? Philadelphia, just not the same right now. And it's always, when you look back, don't expect bad teams to do good things. And right now, we got lucky last night betting the Islanders because Philadelphia really outplayed them, but they just didn't get the bounces going their way. All right, let's see who's in the bullpen right now. We got Rui Pedro. G'day, hello Raymond for another lesson. Love learning, right on. We got Mark Nations. Big night for Mark yesterday at bullpenpicks.com. I think he went 8-1 or something like that. Great job, Mark. And Cash, hopefully you guys got the cash yesterday. There's Scotty Bear. Hey, I got your Blue Oyster Cult reference there, Scotty. I saw that. Just busy morning here this morning. We, anytime you have websites and you got a little bit of technical difficulties, and so our baseball stats are a bit mixed up right now, but we'll get that fixed. 8-1 in the bullpen, only missed. And you know what, Eddie. Eddie O, or Eddie who comes in here on the bullpen, the Streakcatcher Eddie. He went 9-0 yesterday at bullpenpicks.com. I'll show you that. Eddie will get a gold glove. Eddie's going to be the first guy to get a gold glove at bullpenpicks.com. Hey, something with a name like Eddie. I think everybody's middle name should be Eddie here in the bullpen. Underdog Sniper went 8-1 last night, hockey picks. So good job, Sniper. Sniper 8-1 yesterday. You know what? It was tough picking yesterday in the NHL. It's the NBA, NHL, MLB, crazy day. What Eddie had a really good day. Yeah, Eddie was the man last night at bullpenpicks.com. All right, hopefully you guys had yourself a good day. Weather's nice here today in Ottawa. A balmy 8 degrees right now, Celsius. I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit, but it's short. It's getting to be short. It's gonna be 22 today, so a bit shorts weather. There's Eddie. There's Eddie O. Eddie had a big day yesterday in the bullpenpicks.com. In fact, let me go there right now to show you guys what Eddie O did yesterday. In fact, if you go to bullpenpicks.com and you click on most followed, now there's over 94 games in the system. This weekend, the standings will get generated, so we're going to see the top scorers. But there's Eddie O with his Brazilian flag right here. And 9-0 yesterday. So if you want to follow somebody at bullpenpicks.com, this is the guy right now. And Mark Nations. Where's Mark? Mark is doing really good. 8-1. In fact, there's a couple of guys in here and girls that are doing really well here at bullpenpicks.com. Guys, check it out. Anybody can play. Anybody can win at bullpenpicks.com. And once you follow these guys, go to your following page, and then you can see people have made their selection. There's Muss. He made his play for today. And we got Mark made his picks, so did MLB game picks. So yeah, it's a great tool. And now having yesterday doing a little bit of the rant on risk money management. Today's little rant of the day is return on investment. I'm gonna keep hammering. I think when you're talking about sports betting, the thing you can't just have like this, the flavor of the day, like a Baskin Robbins, right? When you're in sports betting, every day should be return on investment day. Like talking about money management should not be a one in a daily type thing, like once a month, once a week. Talking about return on investment, money management, that is an everyday thing in sports betting, because if you are not taking it serious, or it all depends. Again, I boil down to this thing here. Here goes another Ron Raymond rant, right? What are you? Are you an AI or an SI? If you're an action investor, then fire away, go ahead. But the chance of you making money is very low if you're betting every game on the board every day. If you're betting because there's a game on TV and you have to get action on it, I'll put my money that you're probably going to lose half your wagers, right? But if you are a sports betting investor, and I'm going to get to this in hockey today. I talked about it on my hockey video today, and I'll get to that in just a second. But you just keep in mind, return on investment, it's really tough thing to do in the sports betting world, right? You can't approach every day like, there's 10 games, so I'm going to bet, 7 games or 6 games. You got to pick your spots. But the reason why today's topic of the day is return on investment, and it doesn't have to be just about money. And the thing is, I'll give you a good example. Let's talk about bullpen picks and hockeypicks.com. If you are a member of hockeypicks.com and bullpenpicks.com, and you're saying, okay, why do I put in my picks here every day? Well, what's the purpose of me putting in my picks every day? What's my return on investment? If I'm going to make a contribution to Ron's site at bullpenpicks.com, what's in it for me, right? It's just any website. It doesn't even have to be bullpen picks. It could be, when you go to Google, when you go to Amazon, when you go to USA Today, when you go to any site that you go to, what's your return on investment? Now, investment, again, it's like in coaching, right? When I talk about other football coaches, I said, in order for me to coach a football team, I got 2 golden rules. One, the number 1 rule, it's got to be fun. You got to have fun if you're coaching at any level. At football, hockey, you got to have fun. And 2, it has to be rewarding, and not rewarding on the financial level. It has to be rewarding where everybody benefits. Players benefit from learning. Coaches benefit from also learning from other coaches. Organization benefit from being part of something that's have a pride factor of being part of say a football organization or something, right? So those are my 2 golden rules. Whenever somebody approaches me to coach like an all-star game or a football team, those are my 2 golden rules. It has to be fun and it has to be rewarding in that aspect, right? And the same thing with going to a website. Why now? Back to this, say at bullpen picks or hockey picks. Why should I make picks here every day? I'll tell you why. Is because the return on investment will be in your favor depending on how you use the website. Now, there's different ways and different reasons why people will put in their picks. Not everybody's a bettor. Some people are fantasy bettors. Some people are just action junkies. But the return that they get, now for me, the reason I like to use this site is I use this as a tool, because this is a tool of a website that will grade the picks. It's almost like the Streakcatcher, right? It'll catch the winners. And if you got more winners, say you got 100 people and 10 of them have a winning record of, say, 60% or higher, those are people you want to follow. And if you go to your following pick page and you're just following, like here, let me use hockey picks, because hockey picks will show me the scores of people, right? So look at the people that I follow at hockeypicks.com. I'm following the Hockey Guru, Vascow, Canuck Down Under, Muskow, and Savvy19. They all have winning records. And the thing is, then a guy like Muskow, even though he's at 540, he's a Hall of Famer. He's got 62 cups. It's just a matter of time before he gets back up there, and who cares? You know what I mean? Like, the guy's, he's a proven, and you want to follow proven winners. And whenever they make their selections, and I go look at the end of the day, I say, okay, let me take a look at what these guys have and what I have, and if I can build a consensus, and it's like my own team, right? Everything. If you play sports, what's the number one thing you love about sports? It's about a sense of belonging, right? You love to belong to something. You love to be part of something, a family, this bullpen here, right? The bullpen could be like a family here where everybody feeds off each other. We're learning off each other, and we're helping each other at the end of the day. And think about that. People are helping each other when you're following other pickers, right? So let's say I'm following these guys and we agree on a lot of these picks, and I see we both have a high confidence level, and I'm going to hammer that pick because I bet you 7 out of 10 times we win that selection. And there, folks, is your return on investment. Remember, it doesn't have to be financial. And this becomes, in a weird way, it becomes very addictive, because every day you go on, and when you win, winning is contagious. And once you start winning, what do people do when they win? They go back to the well. They go back to fill the bucket of water, right? Because they want to go back where they got the water, where they won. And the thing is, and that's the incentive of people coming back to this site every day, is because of the return on investment that they're getting by putting in winners, by following winners. And man, I'm pretty pumped up right now. Okay, I feel like I'm just ready to freaking lead a football team to week 1 here, man. This is awesome. All right, hey, are you guys pumped? I'm pretty pumped. Let's get on with the show here. Let's get to the horse free tip sheet here. Horse racing selection. Today's free horse racing selection comes from Keeneland. All the top drivers right now at Keeneland. And let me check out the bullpen, see how everybody's doing. And everybody, so let me just see here. Eddie's in the house. We got Mark Nations. We got G&G. There's G&G. Hey, G&G, I'm wearing the Blue Jay hat just for you today. G&G sent me a note yesterday saying, hey, why'd you change your hat? To me, I wear hats because it's a sports thing. It's a fashion thing. It's, I just love wearing baseball hats. If you look at my pictures since I've been young, I've always had hats. So anytime you see me with a hat, it's because I just I like sports. It has no really a meaning to it, right? It's just unless it's a football hat that I'm coaching of. Isaiah, don't like Fridays. He doesn't like Fridays. Why doesn't Cheeks like Fridays? Rui, I'm sorry, Raymond. I only bet on NBA and NHL and European football. You know what? But keep in mind, the programmers are. I'm going to release a new site that's just like hockey picks and the bullpen picks, and it's going to be for basketball and football. I got 2 of those on the go. It's just been crazy, crazy. Bo Jackson, roll with the winners. Song of the day, Supertramp, Dreamer. You know what? Cheap Trick. I was listening yesterday. The underrated song of the day, I Want You to Want Me by Cheap Trick. Hey, come on, Cheap Trick, I want you to want me. That's a great tune. That's a motivation tune, right? Hey, Cheap Trick, I gotta love that one. That's the underrated song of the day. But if you have an underrated song of the day, post it in the bullpen. I'm a classic rock guy. I'm an 80s, 80s, 90s type guy. I like that type of music, and that's my genre. All right, the Underdog Sniper. Let me see here. Who else is in the house? Hey, if you're new to the Rain Report and you want to poke your head in and say hi and say, hey, I'm a newbie, please be easy on me. Don't be shy. Just come on in. We're all friends here at the bullpen, and hopefully everybody will pop their head in here at the Rain Report. All right, I'm going to scratch the eye here. I got... All right, let's see if we can get you a return on investment here on the Keeneland. See, I just throw that in there as the topic of the day, the return on investment. Keeneland, let's go DJ voice. $25,000 maiden claiming race, 105 post time at Keeneland, 6 furlongs on the dirt. We're going to go 6-4-1 today at Keeneland. Epicurean with Irad Ortiz Jr., 49% in the money, 9-5 morning line on the 6 horse Epicurean at Keeneland. Number 4, cardio version, CJ Hernandez, 37% in the money in his last 100 race, 9-2 morning line on the 4 horse cardio version. And we're going to close that trifecta ticket with my guy, Luis Saez. He's only 34% in the money though, Luis. Come on, you got to pick it up. 5-1 morning line on Luis Saez with number 1 predetermined. Now your jokers, it's not really a long shot, but your joker's wild selection in race number 1 today at Keeneland is Payo Princess, with Graham taking a ride here on Payo Princess, the number 2 horse, 7-2 morning line. All right, let's take a look at the way you're going to bet these ponies today. If you're going to bet them at Keeneland, I recommend 6-4, 4-1, 1-2. Don't forget to box those horses. And 6-4-1, 2-4-1, trifecta box. And if you're going to play the joker, I always recommend you bet the joker's wild selections of our tip sheets each and every day. Win into place. It's called double dutching. This way, if he comes in second, you get some of that money back. All right, those are your free plays today. Your free tip sheet today at Keeneland. In fact, if you are a fan of the ponies, and you know what, I'm getting almost right into pony season here, because once NHL and the NBA is done, then it's baseball and ponies. Unfortunately, this year with COVID, it's gonna. I always like to make a couple of trips a year to either Woodbine or I go to some nice track down in the States. But unfortunately, this year I got to go to Saratoga. I've never been to Saratoga. Everybody says if you're gonna go 2 tracks, you got to go to Saratoga and Del Mar, right? Those are 2 of the tracks you got to go to see. All right, that is the horse racing tip of the day. And let's go to the SBI. Let's see what's come in the last couple days here on the Rain Report. All right, there's DeJuan Peters. Pressure. All right, DeJuan. DeJuan Peters. We got a rookie in the house here. How you doing, DeJuan? G&G Cheeks, I really like Pittsburgh. Isaiah Moore, so you basically fade teams who can hit. Penguins. Hey, how did you guys use that risk management yesterday? We gave a nice, remember the system we gave here? I said I didn't play it. Chicago Bulls, easy winner on that system. And we also had the a pick on the Clippers. That was my top play yesterday. And Dallas. Those were my 2 premium picks. Those 2 system plays in baseball didn't pan out, unfortunately. But, hey, what about that Mets? You know what? The Mets, I'm sorry, but if you're a New York Mets fan, that's bull. That's bull. You know what? To have, I forget who it was. Was it Conforto or something like that? To lean into the pitch, into the batter's box. That's horse crap. That's not fair. That's not. You don't get respected doing stuff like that, right? And to give the Mets a win like that yesterday, how do you be proud of that? If I'm a member of the New York Mets and I won a baseball game like that, I'm embarrassed. So just pride. Absolute pride. I'd be going him. If he's a teammate of mine, I say, look, don't ever do that again. If you're going to play in this team, don't ever do something cheap like that again. And it's okay to get hit by a pitch, but when you lean into over the plate to get hit just to win the game, that's horse crap. That's what I call horse crap, and I have no respect for that in whatsoever. Anyways, little Ron Raymond rant, and it's just fair play, right? Get a win, earn it. Don't be a cheap. Don't look for the cheap. Don't try to get a cheap win like that. Batter is out. It's called batter interference. Umpire dropped the call. Yeah, no, absolutely. It was horse crap. That even the New York Mets announcer didn't like it. Like, you listen to Ron Darling and Hernandez, they're like they were saying, no, this is no good. Like, that's not how you want to win. It was dirty. Absolute dirty. Hey, dirty. All right, let's take a look at the NBA. Before I feel like I'm on a rant here today for some reason. Angry Ron today. I think it all started with the friggin' the feeds of the technical difficulties in the morning. I'm a very routine oriented person. You can ask my wife or my family members. Yeah, I'm like clockwork. Every day the same thing. And then as soon as something disrupts my routine, well, it throws me right off. Then I'm crusty Ron the rest of the day. All right, here we go. SBI. Look at the NBA. 6-1 to the favorites yesterday. 6-1 straight up. 5-2 against the number. Isn't it just amazing? Hey, I sound like a broken record. 6-1 straight up. 5-2. 70. If you bet favorites or if you can pick the winner straight up. Look at that. You got a good chance of covering the spread 75% of the time. 72.9% of the favorites are coming in. And remember I said after All-Star breaks, I know I keep saying it, but we might have some new people here. It's just for some reason, baseball and hockey, after the All-Star break or after a trade deadline, favorites just win at look at that, 72%. It's unbelievable. It's just unbelievable. Something that I just noticed a couple of years ago. Over-unders in the National Basketball Association, 50% of the games are over. So very neutral. We're in a neutral market, and we're in a bullish market for favorites. Looking on the bull market, 58% of the favorites are now cashing in on in the NBA. 58% for the favorites. So you know what? Just a matter of time before reversal comes in. So be careful if you are betting favorites in the NBA. All right, let's take a look at the NHL. See what come in last night. Again, I felt the Islanders, when looking at yesterday's sheet, right? 7-3 to the favorites. 7-3 to the favorites. 7-3 to the over. And if you look on the 7-day average, 65.4%, right there with the year-to-date average. So we're pretty much still in the bull market for favorites on the year. 50%. Look at that, eh? Bookmakers do an outstanding job getting balanced action on the over-unders. And I noticed that about 6 weeks ago when we went from 6.5, like about, I would say 65% of the games were 6.5 in the total. And then all of a sudden it just went from 5.5, right? And that's how they adjusted. I always say adjust on the fly. Major League Baseball. Let's see what has come in Major League Baseball. And 7-2 to the favorites, right? Look at yesterday. 7-2 to the favorites, 2-7 to the unders. So keep an eye out on that. They're talking about the baseball, less home runs. I haven't really noticed that so far this year. I haven't really tracked it. But look at the unders right now on this, let me see, 7-day average. Yeah, look at the unders right now. 57.3 of the games I've gone under the total this year, and the favorites. Let's mark this down. Let's see, today is what, April 9th? I guarantee you by April 30th, this will be around 61% of favorites. A mental note right there. A mental note. Let's keep an eye out on that. We're 53.7 on April 9th. Dollars to donuts. We get to May 1st. That'll be closer to 61%. All right, that's the Major League Baseball. And let's take a look at the Bears and Bulls report in the NBA. And we talked about this yesterday, right? A, B, and C-type teams. If you eliminate C-type teams, you eliminate half your headaches. And a perfect example of a C-type team, when I always say, if you expect good things to happen from bad teams, last night's a classic example of the Philadelphia Flyers, right? I'll be honest, the Flyers, for the first 5 minutes, were not in that game, but then something must have clicked halfway through the first period, because Philly looked like they were in total control of that game. Sorokin played his butt off. He was outstanding in the shootout. And if you had the Islanders last night, congrats, but I think we got lucky. We got lucky on that one. Had that been a B or C type team or A type team, we're not getting that W last night. Looking at the Bears and Bulls report, Dallas a B type team. Miami, hey, what about Dallas, right? Hey, taking care of business last night against Milwaukee. Milwaukee, on the road, not the same. One player like Bledsoe, is that a big difference? Missing Bledsoe, I don't know. I really don't know. Milwaukee, I don't know what's going on with them this year. Miami's 27-25. They're looking good. Big win last night. And let me see here. So that's the Bears and Bulls report in the NBA. Those are teams you want to watch right now. And the thing is, anything that's bullish, remember we talked about yesterday, the color-coded? If anything is in green, that means they're overvalued. And I'll show you what I mean by that. Let me go to NHL. I'm going to show you guys something. Start fading the Orioles, says Jane G. My new pad is ready. Bullpen. B might be AFK. I'm moving in. All right. You guys are hammering away out there in the bullpen today, eh? All right. I love it. Okay, let's go to NHL. Did I already hit this? Yeah, just waiting for the NHL stats to load up. And then what do you guys want to kick it off with? Do you want to go NBA, NHL, or MLB? Let me know what you guys want me to break down first, and we'll break it down. Good morning, Carlos. How you doing? Carlos Holland is now in the house. Hey, sneaking in through the back door. There was Carlos. Hey, coming in. Hey, where's John X there? Normally John X there sneaks in. Did I miss John X already? Did he already sneak in, or is he gonna come through the? Is he stuck at the coffee boat there? Hey, NHL, NBA, tardy hardy. Hey, NBA, NHL, MLB, says Miss Denica. All right, looks like the NBA. Look like, yeah, you know what? NBA is where the bread is buttered on right now, right? All right, so let's take a look at the NHL. So remember yesterday I said if you just remove the C-type teams from your wagering, and think about this, return on investment. That's the topic of the day today. Again, I'm going to really stress on money management because that's the feedback I get the most from viewers. People who email me a lot, thank you very much. Again, I appreciate you guys emailing me the feedback because any feedback I get just gets the hamster rolling in the wheel, and I start thinking more about, because you can't think of everything, right? But when people, it's supply and demand. If there's an issue and there's not enough supply or there's too much demand, then people want to talk about it. But look at if you just remove the C-type teams, right? You just remove half your headaches. But now people are going to say, yeah, but I want to bet on Montreal, or I want to bet on the Columbus Blue Jackets or the Ottawa Center because there's dog value. Yeah, absolutely. There is value, but there is a high risk there, right? And the percentage of them winning, and again, if you're an action bettor, why not? But if you're a sports investor, to me, it's a high risk play. It's a very high risk. Now, if you're looking at A and B type teams, and you're wondering, okay, the green and yellow, what does that mean? Green means teams are bullish. They're either 5-2, 6-1, or 7-0. And if they're yellow, they're neutral, right? So green means the teams could be overvalued, and they're playing at an overvalued place, right? So from a value scale, they're overvalued, and on a neutral scale, they're medium value, fair market value, right? And then you got to go to the percentage play and all that stuff. All right, that is the explanation of that. Let's go to the NBA, and let's take a look at some of the games today on the National Basketball Association. Nice call on the Jazz last night, Ronald. A-type teams, man. A-type teams. Winners win. Hey, winners win. All right, let's take a look here at the Pacers and the Orlando Magic. 2 C-type teams. And looking at the line of this game, we got the Pacers, a 4.5-point road favorite. Over-under set at 222.5. I'm going to bring up my NBA injury report because, hey, if you guys apply to any of these fantasy websites and, 6 o'clock rolls around, you're having supper and all you hear is ding, 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 ding. All the injury reports are coming out, right? It's just clockwork. All right, 4.5-point favorite, 225.5. ATS forecast, Pacers 115-105. The over-under at 221.1, so a hair. Look at that, a hair under the total. Pacers 5-5, Orlando 3-7, 6-4 against the number. The value edge really overvalued here for the Pacers. Had them at almost a pick 'em here, so they're overvalued at 4.5. Now keep in mind, this is a team that is 23-27, and they're favored by 4.5 on the road against an Orlo. There's a new word. Hey, don't I always give Orlando a new name? Was it Orlando last time I called them? But yeah. Oh, I think Yossi's in the house. That's our guy Yossi with I can't make out his name right there. In your opinion, which is the best football player in the world? Messi, Cristiano Ronaldo, Neymar? That's a tough question. I'm not a soccer guy, so I'll leave that to the soccer guys to say that. He's asking who the best soccer guy is. Back to Orlando, not Orlando. 3 straight up losses. Orlando at home against teams below 500, 4-8, 4-7-1 against the number. And when the Pacers travel to the world of Mickey, 8-2 straight up, 8-2 against the point spread. So Pacers do well against the Magic in Orlando, 8-2 to the over. But again, this 4.5 point. What's the total here? 222.5, 115. We got Pacers winning by 10. The chance of winning the game 76.4%, and the chance of covering does favor Orlando. The last 4 games for the Magic have gone over the total, and let me take a look at some of the other stats here. Pacers coming off a win in their last game. In fact, Pacers coming off that was, what? I had we had the Pacers. Remember, I had a system straight up. And I think Mark Nations had them as one of his Streakcatcher picks. 141 and 137. It's amazing. And this is what I mean by percentage play. How do you handicap the last 10 seconds of a game? You can't. It boils down to percentage play. And the percentage play, again, is 76% for the Pacers winning straight up. But I don't know if I'm going to play. I'm not touching this game. And looking at the Pacers off a win on the road, 6-6 on the season, 8-4 to the over. Maybe the over is where you want to lean here today. But let me see here. Coming off a loss, 9-8-1. So both teams pretty much 500 off a win and a loss. Yeah, maybe the over. I think the over is where you might want to give it some recommendation. In fact, looking at the Pacers on the year, 30-19-1 to the over. Maybe the over is where you want to go here. Ronaldo says Rui Pedro Nogueira. Please rate European players in the NBA. Hey, Tony Orlando, Don up your alley, Ron. Tony Orlando. Hey, yeah, Tony Orlando and Don. It's like Sonny and Cher. Let me see here. Who else we got here? All right, let's go to the next game. We got Memphis against New York. New York Knicks. All right, let's see what the line here on the... So Memphis won. This is going to be a good game. This is a pretty good game here tonight. Memphis against New York. Now, the Knicks coming off that loss against the Celtics last game, 101-99. But, hey, New York did us a good favor, right? They hit those threes in the last minute. They got us to cover. Hey, it doesn't, like Homer Simpson says, it doesn't matter if they win or lose as long as they cover. Hey, son. Looking at Memphis, 1.5 point favorite, over under at 215.5. Always got to remember the hook. 114 and 107, the over under at 221.09. So it does like this game to go over the total today at Madison Square Garden. New York now 4-6 in their last 10. New York, a C-type team now. The New York Knicks are a C-type teams. Last 2 days they've been bearish. 25-27 on the year, 14-10, 13-10-1 at the Gardens to cover the spread. 8-15-1. And when you look at Memphis, 14-9 on the road, but 15-8 against the point spread. Now Memphis, let me take a look at the lineup here tonight for the Grizzlies. Morant, Allen, Brooks, Anderson, Valanciunas. Man, would the Raptors love to have Valanciunas back, right? They need some big guys there. Yeah, but the whole team is gone, almost. When you look at the Raptors. You know what? Looking at this game, Memphis is hot. Memphis is on a 4-game run right now. They're 6-3 on the road against team below 500. And where are they in the standings? Looking at NBA and Memphis in the standings, holding. They got a good grip on that 8th spot right now, and 11.5 games behind. So they're 26-23. They're 3 wins below Dallas. Dallas now got 29 wins. San Antonio's got 24 wins. So the teams you got to worry about. But I think this year, isn't there something different with the playoffs this year? Like the 9th and 10th place teams, or is it 9, 10, 11 this year to make the playoffs? I can't remember. But keep an eye out on Memphis. Memphis on a good run right now. 4-game win streak, 7-3 in their last 10. -1 point. So fair market value on the Grizzlies tonight. And looking at New York, -0.9. Man, New York, it's like they're fading, right? It's like they're running out of gas, and they're looking at the game the other day. Body language. If you know, obviously you know I'm a coach, and to me, when I see body language sometimes will look. You can tell on somebody's expression when they look defeated, right? Speaking of the word defeated, me and my wife always laugh because I think it was Calvin Klein, one of his quotes, and I was reading the paper one day, and we're laughing because he goes, it was I can't remember the exact quote he made, but people who wear track pants all day are defeated. And I don't know why I'm going there, because I said the word defeated and I can relate it like that, and I just thought that was funny. I said, because I laugh because sometimes I wear track pants a lot, and then, or if me and my wife were put on track pants, I'll look at her, what, feeling defeated today? You don't want to play adult? You don't want to dress up? Hey, anyways, I thought it was pretty funny, just that word defeated. Anyways, where was I going with this? Memphis looking at 107-114, and yeah, you know what? I got to go with Memphis. I think New York looks defeated right now. I don't like the body language on some of the games, like last game against Boston and New York. And then, you know, look at how they're losing, right? When you lose these type of games by, 2 points, 3 points, 2 points, games that you really normally you're not getting, and that's a C-type team, right? And that's what you expect from C-type teams. They're not getting, that edge to win those close games. And now the line being 1.5 tonight, is this going to be a turnaround type night for New York tonight? Friday night at the Gardens, who knows, right? Let me see. Is there a stat here on a Friday night for New York? I'm curious about that. I know some people's like, oh, who cares about that? I'll tell you. A lot of people care about that because the energy on a Friday night compared to a Monday night from, the players and the crowd. Now, there's a little bit of crowd. There's not much. Is a big difference. So I want to see how the New York Knicks do on a Friday night at home. New York Knicks. Let's say they're at home on a Friday night. Where's Friday? Hey, Friday's my fish, right? Yeah, the fish. And for those wondering, the fish is doing well. Friday's doing really well. Hey, Friday's doing all right. Let me see here. 1-2 this year. Let me go back a couple of years here. Let me go back 2 seasons. New York on a Friday night. 1-6 straight up. Wow. That's not good. That's not good. Hey, Freaky Friday. You're supposed to be, your freak's supposed to come out on a Friday. For not New York. Wow. 1-12. That's not good. 2-11 on a Friday. That is not good. That is not good if you're a New York Knicks fan. Hey, if you're a New York Knicks fan and you see this, 1-12 on a Friday, not good. Not good at all. Hey. Remember Brady Hoax? Remember he was on, I think it was the Dan Patrick show, and they were asking, hey, the breaking news that Urban Meyer just got signed up to go to Ohio State, and he was live on air with Dan Patrick, and Brady Hoax, Dan told him that, and Brady goes, not good. Do you guys remember that? It was pretty funny. I don't know, things I pull out of left field, sometimes doing a show. Let me see here. Premium picks. That's the quirkiness in me sometimes. All right, yeah, I'm gonna take Memphis here. I know Bo Jackson says Tom Thibodeau was 7-11 versus the Grizzlies in his coaching career. Yeah, you know what? I just think Memphis right now playing better basketball. Let's take a look at Memphis' last couple of games here. Atlanta Hawks in Atlanta, that's a thumping. 131 to 113. I know Atlanta will pull your hair out. There's some nights they look like a playoff team, and then there's other nights they're just a C-type team, right? The Heat, 124 to 112. Hey, you're beating Jimmy Butler in the Heat. You're doing well. The Sixers, you beat the Sixers. Hey, man, Memphis is playing some great basketball. Memphis, I don't know how you not take Memphis in this spot here tonight. And I feel like I'm on a Memphis radio station just doing the Memphis. Hey, I feel like I'm in Nashville or something here, just talking about the Memphis play-by-play guy. They're gonna start putting me on payroll soon if I keep talking about Memphis. All right, the T-Wolves taking on the Boston Celtics, 8.5-point home court. If you're laying 8.5 with the Celtics, then you get what you deserve, right? Where's Plays and Parlays? Plays and Parlays gone hiding, eh? Ever since the Boston been sucking, he's been hiding. Where's Plays and Parlay? Why are you hiding, Plays and Parlays? We know you're in there. We know you're watching. Hey, come out behind the mic there, Plays and Parlays. We know you're watching. Hey, we know it's bad, but you gotta face the music, buddy. 8.5-point favorite. The over/under at 227. Forecast 124 to 113. The over/under at 238.1. High scoring game here. This is a high scoring game. And looking at the lineup tonight for the Celtics and the T-Wolves. Let me see here. Walker, Smart, Brown, Tatum, Williams. Now, Kemba Walker didn't play last game. Was that a load management type game? He's too young to have load management, right? Minnesota. Ricky Rubio. Hey, the best name in basketball, Ricky. Remember Ravish and Rick Rude in the wrestling? Hey, Ricky Rubio. All right, where is Evan Fournier? Yeah, where is Evan Fournier? I think COVID. I think he's got COVID. I think that's the word on Fournier. Yeah, COVID-19. Friggin' COVID. I wish I can go in the octagon with COVID just for about 5 minutes. Hey, give me 5 minutes with COVID. Hey, I'll make him tap. All right, look at 5-5 for Boston, straight up and against the number. 3-7 to the under, minus 1.5. Now again, a B-type team, minus 1.5, overvalued here. This is, if you're betting Boston right now, that's a lot of points. But the thing with the Celtics, they're not the same Celtics that we're used to, right? 8-2 in their last 10 against the T-Wolves. T-Wolves haven't won in the Gardens in a long time. 0-10. 0-10. Touchy Skandusky, first time caught live. There's Touchy. Hey, greatest nickname at Bullpen Picks. How you doing there? Ricky Taylor. Hey, Touchy Ricky. I love it. How do we interpret the spread movement? Okay, how do we interpret the spread movement in Bullpen? How do we interpret the spread movement at Bullpen? Okay, so Lee Lewis is asking, how do we interpret I don't want to say that 10 times. Interpret the spread movement. The thing is, to me, it's about percentage and analytics. The numbers, the line will tell you, right? The line will tell you. The line will tell you what to play, and it'll tell you if there's a injury, bullpen woes. And the thing is, like, I got an email this morning from Ed Muskow, right, asking me about if in the Raymond report, do we factor in the bullpen? The answer is a quick no. To me, it's all about percentage play and value, right? Because how do you know when the bullpen is going to relieve in the second inning? You don't know. How do you know when the bullpen is going to come in the ninth inning? You don't know. And the thing is it's all about the analytics, and it's all about the percentage play. At the end of the day, it boils down to this: the percentage play. I say it all the time. How do you handicap a 3-3 game bottom of the ninth inning? Percentage play. How do you handicap the last 10 seconds of a tie game in basketball? Percentage play. To me, it boils down to the percentage play. And if you are trying to find numbers or an advantage in bullpen in baseball, you're going to be up 24 I'm going to invent another hour. You're going to be up 25 hours trying to find that in your research, because at the end of the day, you you can't handicap the unexpected. You just don't know when the bullpen is going to have a major factor in the game, right? I start off with the starting pitchers, and then I will go with the analytics. But anyways, this is NBA, right? Taking a look at the T-Wolves here. Man, I feel like I'm all over the place today. Focus, Ron. Focus. 0-10. Minnesota, 0-10. Yeah, I'm not touching this game with a 10-foot pole. A C versus a B. Boston coming off a very... Let me see. You know what? Let me check this out. Let me do the Boston Celtics at home coming off a, what was it, a 3-point win? Or 2 to 3-point win. Let me do a 1 to 3-point win this season. Let me see. Boston coming off a 1 to 3-point win. Let me do the last 2 years. 2-2, 2-1, 1-3 to the under. Maybe the under is where you want to go. Let me do overall. Boston. Let me do Boston. Oops, crap. Oh, that's not good. All right, let me go back to the NBA. Hey, since we got some time to kill here, let's go Boston Celtics, and let's go as a any team, home or away, coming off a 1 to 3-point win. Let me see if we can do it this season. I want to do this version of this team. 1 to 3-point win. Current season. All right. 3-1. Oh, not bad. 3-1 straight up and against the number. Let's do, but that's home or away, right? That is home or away. Let's do the last 2 years. Last 2 years. 5-5. So 500, right? And to me, 500. When in doubt, get out. All right. When in doubt, get out. Let's get to the next game. Chicago, Atlanta. How'd you like that system yesterday, right? How did you guys like that system play yesterday? I got my vaccine shot, Ronald. I want my first crack at COVID. Yeah. Get in line. Get in line, Gene G. Hey, I want my, yeah. Just give me 2 minutes with COVID in the octagon. I mean, I'll call Dana White, see if we can make that happen. How much influence does the consensus have on your pick? Eric B. Okay, so Eric Easley is asking. Now, Eric, are you talking about the consensus at bullpen or hockey picks? If you're talking about that, I would say it has about a 30%. It's a validation for me. Anytime that I look at the top players at bullpen picks or hockey picks, especially at hockey picks, anytime the top pickers that I follow and I respect, it's like these sports betting groups, right? You get the sharp minds and they handicap. I know some groups, they'll get together in the morning. They'll go over, like, say, the horse racing track. And when I was in Florida a couple years ago, and we were taking our walks in the morning, and they were always at this cafe, and they were going through the daily racing form or the sports, and that's the way I look at return on investment, the word of the day. But 30% of my validation would come looking at if I respect somebody on my team, the roster that I'm looking, and I see that we're on the same page, then about 30%. Let's go, says Chief. Yeah, let's go. All right, Chicago Bulls against the Atlanta Hawks, -1 point favorite for the Hawks. 228 is the over/under. And here's the thing. Wow, look how tight the forecast is. 105.89, 105.07. The over/under at 210.96. Atlanta's 5-5 straight up. Chicago 4-6. Now Chicago coming off a win over the Raptors in a now 0 days rest. That was we gave out that system yesterday, right? We had a nice system on the Toronto Raptors. Chicago Bulls, sorry, it was the Chicago Bulls. Road favorites of 3.5 to 5.5. The total is 216 to 218, coming off a win. 33-10, right? So hopefully you guys catch that one. I didn't touch that game because it was 2 C-type teams. But again, you got a C versus a B. And now here's the question you got to ask yourself. Can the Chicago Bulls do it again? Can a C-type team go back-to-back game situation and win and cover the spread against Atlanta, right? Now, the one thing I will say about the Chicago Bulls, they got some great talent. Kobe White, I think Kobe White is back. And let me see here. Kobe. Where's Kobe White? No, Kobe. Is Kobe White back? I thought I saw him. Let me see here. Kobe White. He's not in the starting lineup. Let me see. Depth chart. Let me see here. Kobe White. All right. Kobe. Oh, yeah, he played the last 2 games. So he got 27 minutes and 31 minutes. So 15 points. All right, so now that Kobe White is back, I'm going to I like Chicago. I do like Chicago. I think with, I always say Batman needs Robin, and Zach LaVine is Batman, Kobe White is Robin, and those guys play really well together, eh? Ronald, hey, buddy. How you doing, Elliot? How you doing, Elliot? So looking at the Atlanta Hawks, and let me check out the Atlanta Hawks right here in the lineup, and let's see, is Trae Young. The thing with Trae Young, you just don't know, right? The game time decision. And let me check out Trae Young. Let me see here. Trae Young, Bogdanovich, Herder, Hill, and Capella's a game time decision, Achilles. Wow, you don't want to mess with Achilles, right? One of the hardest injuries to come back. Or when you got a nagging Achilles, man, just ask, was it Kevin Durant when they snapped those Achilles? I'm just surprised that the expected lineup, they don't have Kobe White in the expected lineup. You got Satoransky, Levine, Williams, Young, and Vucevic. Interesting. All right. Let me see here. Who am I going to like here tonight between Chicago and Atlanta? Now, Atlanta, 10-2 against C-type teams, 9-3-1 against the number. And when you look at Atlanta, 13-10 at home, 13-10 against the point spread. Chicago, though, the one thing with the Chicago Bulls, they cover the spread on the road. Look at this. They got the best road record of covering the spread, and 18-6. And, yeah, I do like, man, I'm not going to touch this game, but if I had to play this game here tonight, I would have to have a lean on the Chicago Bulls. I would have a lean on the Chicago Bulls. Now, the thing is, people are going to say, well, they covered last night, and they won straight up. What are their chances of winning tonight? Well, according to our analytics, based on 21 previous games in our database, 60.6% favoring Atlanta, 27% favoring Chicago's to win straight up, and we got 40% chance of covering the spread for Atlanta and 21% for the Chicago Bulls, 59% of the chance of going over the total. I don't know. I don't think I'm going to touch this game. Just the fact that Chicago played last night and they won, and when you're going into a back-to-back game situation, it's tough to ask C-type teams to do good things in back-to-back game situations, right? So maybe the total is where you want to go in this one. What's the Bulls' record this season on back-to-back games? All right, that's a good question by Bo Jackson. Let me see here if I got this down here. Back-to-back game situations. All right, let me go to the database, and he's asking for the Bulls, right? Chicago Bulls. So the Chicago Bulls in a back-to-back game situation. Just here it is, coming off back-to-back game situation this season. And the survey says, oh, wow. Is this right? Let me see here. Chicago coming off back-to-back games. Current season. Man, that seems like a lot. I don't know if this is right. That doesn't seem right to me. Hang on. Oh, wait. I know why. Let me do away. 12-12. 18-6-1. No, that can't be right. Yeah, I don't think this is right. Yeah, so I'll have to check the programmer, but I don't think that is a right stat right there. Let me see if I got it right down here. No. So I will look into that, Bo Jackson, and I'll get back to you. All right. Let me get on to the next game here. Philadelphia, New Orleans. This is going to be if Capella and Gallinari play tonight, they wreck the Bulls. Oh, Chunky Dude says if Capella and Gallinari play tonight, they wreck the Bulls. I'm not going to disagree with that because, again, when you're asking teams below 500 to go in perfect, it's tough to win on the road in any sport, right? And you're asking the Chicago Bulls to, and you know what, Atlanta. Let me see Atlanta on a Friday night. I know it might sound weird to you guys, but the Atlanta Hawks, Atlanta can put some points on the board. They don't play as a team. But ever since the new coach, let me see here, Friday night. Hopefully it's better than the New York Knicks. Only one game this year on the Friday night. That doesn't seem right. Let me see the last 2 years. 1-3. 1 in 3. I thought there was more occurrences than that. Yeah, so 20. Yeah, so 1 in 3 going back. All right, so let's go back to the game here. Philadelphia 76ers taking on the Pelicans. Now, Philly 6.5-point road favorite. The over-under is set at 228. Forecast, going to lean with the Sixers here, 116-111. The over-under at 227.72. So it does like it to go a hair under the total. 7-3 straight up for Philly in their last 10. 5-4-1 against the number. 3-7-1 to the under. And for the Pelicans, 5-5 straight up. Let me take a look at the lineup here for New Orleans. Lonzo Ball. So remember, now it's his hip. Okay, did he play last game? Yeah, he did play because I remember the game. I think it was Houston. You remember when he played against Houston, he got injured in the last. I thought really that was going to be a serious injury, but he has played, so he's a game-time decision tonight. And let me see, Bledsoe, Johnson, Williamson, Steven Adams. And, man, Philly looks pretty good, right? I think Philly's the team to beat in the East. I think that, even though Brooklyn has a lot of players, the thing with Brooklyn that I don't like is they're adding all these all-stars to the team. And everybody knows in sports, it's team chemistry, the psychology of the team. And when you got that much ego on one team, I think they're going to self-implode down. I'd be shocked. I'll be absolutely shocked if the Brooklyn Nets win the Eastern Conference. I think the Sixers are the team. But you know what? You never know, right? You just never know. But Harden, just look at all that talent on Brooklyn. But they're never on the same night. Harden's out one night. Durant's out the other night. Irving can't play. It drives you nuts. I don't know how Steve Nash is doing it in Brooklyn. All right, 116-111, 7-3 straight up, and 5-4-1 for the Sixers. Sixers are playing some good basketball. If you look at their on the road this year against teams below 500, 7-3, but 6-4 against the number, 15-11. They need to do a better job on the road. They need to do a better job on the road. They got to win. You got to have a better road record, right? 15-11, 13-12-1. And you look at the over. Maybe the over is a nice look here tonight. New Orleans 21-6 to the over in home games this year. Nets will make the playoffs easy, and they will be healthy by then. I hope so. Because you know what? It'd be great if you're the networks. What do you want as a final, right? You either want Brooklyn against LA, any LA team, right? Clippers or Lakers. The last thing the networks want is I don't know, what's the team out east that Philadelphia against Utah or Philadelphia against Phoenix. People in Philly and Phoenix and Utah would love it, right? But from a sexy point of view, it's not that sexy matchup, right? But that's just Ron. No egos when they are not on the court together. That's a good one. All right, looking at this game here tonight, I think the overs might be worth a look here. The Philadelphia 76ers playing on 2 days rest, and NBA road favorites of 6.5 to 9 this year. 8-2 straight up, 7-3 against the number, 8-2 to the over. That's pretty good. Think about that. NBA road favorites of 6.5 to 9 on 2 days rest, 8-2 straight up, 7-3 against the number, 8-2 to the over. Philly's playing some good basketball right now, but both these teams can shoot. And if the Pelicans get a lead in the late third quarters, it's going to press the Sixers, and I think we've got a good chance to get the over. So I think the over is where you want to go on that one. San Antonio, Denver. Can't believe it's 11:53 already. Wow. 8.5-point road favorite, home favorite, over-under at 220. We got 109 to 102 for Denver, and looking at the over-under, 212.75. So it does like it to go under the total. And looking at the Spurs are really they're self-destructing right now, right? 2-8 straight up and against the number in the last 10, 6-4 to the over. And Denver's playing the opposite, right? They're playing stronger, 8-2 straight up, 7-3 against the number. However, they are overvalued here in this spot. I had them at minus 5.57, and the bookmakers are trying to squeeze 8.5 out of you. So you, if you do like Denver tonight, I feel you're going to overpay on this price, 8.5. They're on a 7-game win streak. They're 8-3 straight up against C-type teams at home, but only 4-7 against the number. Again, maybe it's another overs play. Denver at home against teams below 500, 8-3 to the over. And San Antonio on the road against the top teams, the Alphas. They are 5-1 to the over. And on the San Antonio record in Denver, 1-9 straight up, 4-6 to the under. And overall, the last 10 overall games, home or away, Denver is 7-3 straight up, only 5-4-1 against the number, but 7-3 to the over. Maybe the over is where you want to go here. Let me take a look at the stats down here. Let me see if there's any over. So NBA road teams this year on a 4-game losing streak, 12-5 to the over. That's interesting. Let me confirm that. Anytime I see that, I want to confirm it with the database. So any away team, and this is a good way to check our database, make sure we're accurate. On a 4-game losing streak this year, 4-game losing streak. Let me see here. Current season. Oh, yeah, there we go. Yeah, 12-5 to the over. That's pretty solid. That's a pretty solid system right there. 12-5 to the over for road teams on a 4-game losing streak. And yeah, maybe the over is where you want to go here today. All right, Dalen Martideza says, yeah, and the Lakers will win. The king is the GOAT. Hey, LeBron's the GOAT. Yeah, it's hard to argue. Like, until, and you know what? The Lakers, let's see what's happening right now in the Lakers, right? You know, AD's resting. LeBron's resting. You can say, you know, injuries, whatever. I say resting because they know the grind is coming, right? And they played in the bubble last year. And if you're just a conspiracy theorist and you're thinking, you know what? These guys, you know, who knows what the real, you know, I know LeBron is injured. Like, nobody's going to fake an injury, right? But no matter what, injured or not, they're resting. And that's where I'm getting at. And everybody knows once you get the playoff time, it's a grind, right? It is a grind. But, yeah, I do like the over tonight between the Spurs and Denver. All right, Charlotte against Milwaukee. Wow, talk about a tough scheduling for the Bucks. I feel like they played on the 8th, the 6th, the 3rd. So they're playing every second night, 3 games in 4 nights. This is a tough spot for Milwaukee. They played in Golden State. Think about the body clock, right? Biorhythms. Remember the biorhythm handicapper I talked to you guys about? He'd be all over this. So Milwaukee's, you know, think of their body clock, right? They went to Golden State. They played in Oakland on the Pacific time zone. They go to Dallas, played in the Central time zone. And then now they're back in Milwaukee. Milwaukee's what? Milwaukee is a Central time zone, right? So, you know, that's a lot of traveling right here. Look at so they started on the March 29th against the Clippers, Lakers. They've been on the road, and they don't even get a 1 day's rest. They don't even get 1 day's rest to take it easy. Man, you know what? I'm going to disagree with the computer here. I think Charlotte is in a great spot here tonight. I think Charlotte, and when you look at the biorhythms of the body clocks of the Milwaukee Bucks, man, this is going to be a tough spot for them. And Charlotte's what? So they played last, let me see here. When was the last time they played? On 1 day's rest. So they're coming off a win against Oklahoma City Thunder, 113-102. Charlotte in the standings. Where do they sit right now in the standings? Charlotte is 4th place team, 26-24 in the year. Charlotte looking good. Looking at their lineup tonight for the Hornets. And let me see here. Charlotte, Graham, Rozier, McDaniels, Bridges, Washington. Balls out, Hayward, Monk. All right. Antetokounmpo is a game-time decision, and his knee. I'd be shocked if he plays tonight. I'd be really shocked if he plays tonight. I think Charlotte is the play here tonight, guys, just based on scheduling, right? And the body clock of the Milwaukee Bucks. 6-4 straight up for Charlotte. 7-3 in their last 10 against the point spread. 2-8 to the under. So 2-8 tells me they're playing a lot of good defense. In fact, let me go take a look at their average here in the last 3 games. Yeah, look at that. See? 105, 105, 106, 105. Pretty much on the season average, right? When you look at the Charlotte Hornets, their season average on defense is 111, but in the last couple of games, it's 105. So you can see they're tightening it up on defense, and that's a good sign that they're trying to get mentally prepared for the playoffs, playing better defense. I think Charlotte is the play here tonight, guys. I think there's an overreaction here to 7.5. That's a lot of points. I had minus 5.5. I think minus 5 is the real number that should be, and I think Charlotte. Hey, stop stuttering, Charlotte. All right, Clippers against Houston now. Clippers, big win last night against the Phoenix Suns. In fact, a 113-103, a 10-point win. I was on the Clippers yesterday. That was one of my top plays at ATS. And let me see here. Big number, though. Big number. And I do have a system You guys know me and my system, right? Check out this system here on the, unfortunately, it's on the Houston Rockets. I just wish Houston was last year's Houston when they had Harden and Westbrook. But look at this system here on the Rockets. If you do like this system, check it out. It is 23-5-0 against the point spread. Any NBA road teams the last 2 years against a conference opponent playing on 1 day's rest, coming off a win, they scored 100 or more points for in the last game and allowed between 91 and 95 points against. 23-5 against the number. So any NBA road teams last couple of years facing a conference opponent on 1 day's rest, coming off a win, and they scored over 100 or more points in their last game, and they only allowed 91 to 95 points against. 23-5 against the number. But, is this a letdown factor for the Clippers facing Houston? It's too bad it's Houston, because Houston's just not that good. Looking at their last 10 games, 3-7, and looking at Houston's lineup tonight against the Clippers, man, they got a lot of injuries, right? Wall's out, Nwaba, House, Gordon, Brooks. So Porter, Bradley, Tate, Olnick, Wood is their starting lineup. And let's see, this is a back-to-back game for the Clippers. They're 8-3 straight up at home against teams below 500, but 6-5 against the number. The system looks pretty good, but I'm not gonna play this game. I'm not gonna lay 11.5 points. But I like the Clippers. I don't know if I like them to cover, but the Rockets, maybe the Rockets keep it close, right? It's okay to hate on them. I understand. Haters, don't let it fool you. LeBron is a cheater. So we got a little bullpen activity here. We got some ramblers and gamblers talking about the Lakers and LeBron. Hey, LeBron's winners win, right? LeBron, all he does is win anywhere he goes, and he just brings that winning vibe and attitude, right? To me, LeBron James is a winner. No matter where he goes, he just wins. All right, let's see if you can make the help out the Boston Red Sox win in the front office. Golden State Warriors taking on the Wizards. -4 point home court favorite tonight for the Wizards, for the Warriors. Two teams with a nickname with W in it, Warriors and Wizards. Washington, 239 is the total. We got the forecast, 117 to 115, the over-under at 233.36. Golden State, 3-7 their last 10, so is Washington. This could be a good game. If you're, you got some good, hopefully Bradley Beal will play tonight. He's got a hip injury. Hopefully if Bradley plays, this will be a good game. From a, two C-type teams, and both their records are probably identical. 24-27 Golden State, maybe not. 18-32 for Washington. And Washington's last 10 trips to Oakland, they are 3-7, but 6-4 against the number. Golden State 8-2 straight up, 7-3-0 to the over in their last 10 games against the Wizards, and 9-1 against C-type teams. I think Golden State here is the look at this record, 9-1 against teams below 500, and they're 8-2 against the point spread. So it looks like a nice play tonight on the Warriors if you do like this game. All right, let me see. You can't make long threes. These guys are still going at it with LeBron. That's awesome. All right, let's take a look at the hockey and the. I'm gonna go to hockeypicks.com. I'll give you my selections tonight, and let's go to the following pages. So we got the Rangers taking on the New York Islanders. Now looking at the game here, the Islanders didn't look good last night. Looking at the starting goalies tonight, let me see who the starting. Probably get. Varlamov tonight for the let me see here. All right, starting goalie Georgiev against Varlamov. Yeah, so you had Sorokin start last night. I do like the Islanders here tonight. Let me see the Battle of New York's always good, right? And let me take a look real quickly at. I'm just gonna run through this quickly. It's already 12:04. I want to keep these shows under an hour, but it's almost impossible when you get like 10 NBA games, right? All right, let me see the record for the Rangers. Rangers don't do well on the when they travel to New York. They had the other New York team, right? The Islanders. They're only 3-7 against the Islanders as an away team. But the last time these two teams met, it was a 2-0 win for the Islanders. That was on February 8th. and then 5-0. Yeah, so the one thing with these two, man, this is amazing. Look at this. So far this year, between the Rangers and Islanders, the first game of the year, I remember this game, I had the Islanders. It was a 4-0 win for the Islanders, and then the Rangers came back to win 5-0. And now it's 2-0. So if history prevails here, somebody's going to score no goals tonight. Some team's going to win something to nothing. If you look at the last 3 games, and look at the Islanders, 7-1 against team below 500 at home. But again, I think the New York Islanders got to do a better job on the power play. I do like the Islanders here tonight. I'm gonna go with the Islanders. All right, BC Day says, "Old man Curry playing with a broken hip." Old man Curry, he's what, 33? Is Seth Curry 33 or something like that? And he looks like he's 23. He still looks great. He looks young. Minnesota, St. Louis. I do like the Wild here tonight. I do like Minnesota. I think, let me see here. They're playing pretty good hockey late. St. Louis is a mess. St. Louis is an absolute mess, even though they won their last game against the Vegas Golden Knights 3-1. Looking at St. Louis last 10 games, 3-7. And Minnesota coming off an 8-3 win. Let's hopefully they left some goals on those sticks, right? I wonder if there's a letdown spot for the Wild tonight. You come off an emotional win like this, you pump the Colorado Avalanche 8-3. That's a tough spot. Let me see teams after playing Colorado this year. After playing Vegas, let me see here, Minnesota. So NHL teams after playing Colorado this year are 7-11 in their next game. So let me repeat that. Man, I need water. NHL road teams after playing Colorado are 7-11 the next game. So be careful tonight. I know Minnesota, I got them winning, but 57%. I think this could be a tough call here. Vegas against the Arizona Coyotes. Now, Vegas is going to be in a nasty mood, losing their last game, and they're at home tonight. And Vegas at home, they're tough to beat. They got a good home record. In fact, let's take a look at that right now. Vegas at home this year, 14-6. But I don't think lately they've been not that good. 2-1, 3-2. They lost their last 3 home games. So the Vegas Golden Knights have lost their last 3 home games. And, Fleury, we were all talking about Fleury winning the Vezina. He's not looking like a Vezina trophy winner right now. He's struggling. But look like maybe Robin Leonard gets the call here tonight. But I'm still going to give the nod to the Golden Knights. They're 8-2 against teams below 500. I'm going to go with Vegas here tonight. I'm going to go with Vegas. And I got Vegas winning tonight at 62%. I love Colorado against Anaheim. I think, after getting smoked 8-3, I think they come out next game. San Jose against the Kings. I'm going to go with the Sharks at the Shark Tank tonight. LA, I think they're 3-7 in their last 10 trips to the Shark Tank. So let me take a look at this here. LA in their last 10 trips to San Jose, 4-6. 4-6. 1-8-1 to the under. So maybe the under is a nice play tonight if you like the Sharks and Kings to go under. LA plays low-scoring games at the Shark Tank. And let me see here. 3-2 against team below 500. So, yeah, I'm going to go with the Sharks here tonight. I'm going to go Pittsburgh over New Jersey. I know New Jersey got that big win over Buffalo last night. And then Washington, Buffalo. Washington coming off a 4-2 loss last night to Boston. Nice win for the Bruins last night. They needed that. They needed to beat a good team. Having hindsight 2020, looking back at that game, man, I should have looked at Washington's strength of schedule against A-type teams, right? I remember Washington, they beat up the beatables, but they have trouble against the top teams, right? So Washington and Buffalo, they melded in the rest of the year, right? So I'm gonna go with the Sabres here. So Islanders, Wild, Vegas, Colorado, Sharks, Pittsburgh, and the Washington Capitals. And if you want to compare, again, remember I was talking, you want to compare your picks with other good handicappers. Once everybody puts in their selections, you can tell. So me and Musco were on the same page here. I think we got every pick the same here. Yeah, we got every pick the same. So great minds think alike, and that's our selections. Let's go to bullpenpicks.com. We got a lot of picks here now. Bullpenpicks.com. If you're not playing yet, check it out. Eddie went 9-0 yesterday at Bullpen Picks. You want to follow Eddie right now and Mark. Game GSL 21. These guys are absolutely crushing it right now. I like the Dodgers against Washington tonight, 68%. I have San Fran. I'm going Johnny Cueto tonight against Johnny Cueto's up against Austin Gumber of the Colorado Rockies. I like the Rays. I know a lot of people are going to be on the Yankees, but keep in mind, the Rays the last couple of years have done very well against the Yankees. In fact, let me go to my database and let me go to, I'm going to show you guys something right here. Go to my regular database, go to MLB, and let's go to New York Yankees against on the road in Tampa Bay, and then I'll do overall. I know last year, let's go last season. 2-4. They're only 2-4 in Tampa Bay and on the road overall. Oops, that didn't work. Let me see here. Last season, that's why. Go last season. 4-10. Yankees were 4-10 against the Rays last year. So, hey, sometimes the thing in baseball is 162 games, and you can't take the favorite every game. The favorites are not going to win every series 4-0, 3-0, right? The thing, if you're betting baseball, and there's a strategy to betting baseball, and depending on the strategy, again, if you're an action investor, then you're probably betting, you're picking your spot to bet the Rays in that series. But if you're a sports investor and you're saying, you know what, I think the Rays are going to take 2 or 3 out of the Yankees, so you bet the Rays every, say if you bet the Rays game 1, they win, you bet them game 2, then you lay off game 3 because you accomplished what you wanted to do and you got yourself, a return on investment in that progression betting, right? But I think the Rays are where I want to go here today. I'm going to take Tampa Bay. I'm going to take Toronto. I think I'm going to take Toronto. I think the starting pitcher for the Angels, barely got out of the third inning last outing. In fact, let me go check the stats on tonight's starter for Houston or LA Angels. Let me go Angels. It was Heaney. Let me see. Andrew Heaney is it tonight for LA Angels? Yeah, Andrew Heaney. ERA of 21 right now. He got touched up pretty good in his last outing. In fact, looking at his last, he only had 3 against the White Sox. He pitched 3 innings, allowed 5 hits, 7 runs, earned run 7, 1 home run. Yeah, so a whip of 2.33. The Blue Jays can hit. Hey, I know I sound like a homer wearing a Blue Jay hat right now, but I think Toronto can hit, and I think the Blue Jays are the right play here tonight. Detroit, Cleveland. Now, if you watch that game in the first series, Zach Plesac pitched a good game. He just didn't get no run support. I think Detroit's a C-type team. To me, there'll always be a C-type until they start spending money. But I like Zach Plesac. What's the line on this game here? Minus 183. I don't know if I'll like that, but I do like Cleveland here. I think Atlanta bounces back. I'm a law of average guy, right? I believe in the law of average, and I wouldn't be surprised if Atlanta sweeps the Phillies, right? It's funny how that happens, right? If Atlanta goes to Philadelphia, they get swept, and then Philly goes to Atlanta. Maybe a sweep happens there, but I like Charlie Morton to first home game for Atlanta. I'm going to go with the Braves here, and what's the line? 123. I'm going to take Atlanta. I like San Diego. I'm going to go with the Padres. And let me see here. Starting pitcher for San Diego. We got Joe Musgrave. And Joe Musgrave, the last start. Let me take a look at the stats. Joe Musgrave. Where are you, Joe? Where's Bros? Big Bad Joe. All right, so Joe went 6 innings last game, 3 hits. Pretty good outing. Whip of 0.50. And he beat Arizona, but it's the Diamondbacks, right? But I do like San Diego. Texas had a good series against the Blue Jays, but not a lot of runs scored, right? It was all low-scoring games. Houston is looking great. Oakland, we'll see. If they get swept here, if they get swept and they don't have a good series, man, then Oakland, we always think of Moneyball, right? You think Oakland, maybe they start slow, but they'll finally get it together. Losing Simeon to Toronto, you lose a big bat like that and a good second baseman. That's huge. That's huge. You lose. You never look at the Toronto Raptors, right? When you lose key players to your unit, it hurts your team. I know it's a different sport, but you can't be losing core players. And losing Simeon, I think, is hurting Oakland right now a bit. And Cincinnati, Arizona, I'm going to go with the Reds here in this one. Cincinnati playing with a chip in the shoulder. You know, I like the team toughness of Cincinnati. I know, was it Castellano? Or what was it? The player got suspended there. I like that. I like that he's talking smack and he's trying to, you know, when you think of Cincinnati, right, you don't think of World Series. You don't think of Super Bowls. You think of a scrappy team that fights. And, you know, to me, Cincinnati is a team that I want to cheer for, like the underdog, right? You just want them to win and fight. And I like this Cincinnati team. I like their team toughness. I like their scrappiness. Hey, Isaiah likes that word, right, Isaiah? Scrappy. All right, we're Cincinnati today, starting for the Reds. Let me see here. Where's Cincinnati? Tyler Mahle. So Molly's going for the Reds here today. And where's Tyler? Cincinnati. In Arizona. And he pitched 5 innings last inning, 4 hits, 3 runs. So got to tighten that up a bit. ERA is a bit high, 3.60. But Arizona's not looking good. Taylor Widener's going today. And he got 6 innings last start. Not bad. 3 hits, no runs. So it's going to be a tough game. It's not an easy game for Cincinnati. But until Arizona starts putting some quality wins together. And look at the people I'm following. They're all on Cincinnati as well. And that, in this, I almost forgot. I wanted to talk to you guys about that. Looking at, when I go look at the consensus of everybody, now 18-5 favoring the Yankees. This did very well the last couple of days. In fact, when you go look at the daily record, anytime you're on the bullpen picks or hockey picks, go look at the daily record and see what the top 3 selections have done, right? The top 2 and then the underdog pick. Look at yesterday. 3 wins, 3 losses. 3 wins, 2 wins here, 2 losses, 3 wins. So the daily consensus is doing pretty well. And today so far, Houston, Cincinnati, that scares me a bit, and Atlanta. But let's take a look at the overall consensus. Dodgers over the Nationals, 22 votes to 1 so far, 61% confident level. We got San Fran, 18 to 5, 54% confidence level. And let me see here. Toronto, 19 to 4. So people thinking like I am here with the Blue Jays. Atlanta, 15 to 8. So people liking Atlanta, but they like Atlanta, but they don't love Atlanta. 52% confident level. Cleveland, 18 votes to 5, 56% confident level. And that's the one thing you want to look at, right? If you are playing at bullpenpicks.com and you're looking at this, like look at the Yankees, 18 votes to 5, but look at the confidence level. To me, that people are just taking them because they're on the fence and they're just saying, oh, it's the Yankees, I'll take them. I like the Yankees, but I don't love them. That tells me that people are undecided. Even though it's 18 to 5, if it's below 60%, to me it's like they're undecided. They're just taking it because it's a guess. That 61%, that's confidence. If I see 61%, that tells me that's confidence. 54%, not a lot of confidence. 18 to 4, 52, 56, 59%, 19 to 4, almost 60. 61, people love Houston here. That's because nobody trusts Oakland. And then if you look at Cincinnati, 20 to 3, but 59%, right? So that's a good way to look at that. Anytime you're on these type of sites and you get some type of psychological, edge from the marketplace, right? Think of how the bookmaker's thinking, right? They're playing with the emotions and the market psychology of the betting players, right? And the thing here in hockey picks, I look at this morning. I don't like this. I'm not. I'll probably tell my members right now. I'm probably not going to bet hockey tonight, and I'll tell you why. There's too many people betting favorites, and there's too many. Like 39 to 1 for Washington, 39-1 Pittsburgh, 38-2. Like Rangers are a good team. There's no way Rangers should be 38. Islanders should be 38 votes to 2, 30 to 10 facing Minnesota, 35 to 5, 35 to this. To me, when everybody's on one side like this, like think of a teeter-totter. Think of the elephant sitting on this one and a pigeon on the other one, right? To me, I'm not even going to bet hockey tonight. I'm telling you right now, all my members, I'm not touching hockey tonight because I got a feeling, and mark my words, when you wake up Saturday morning, Watch the underdogs. I bet you this will be a doggy dog night here tonight. And I'm wearing Milkbone underwears, eh? Norm Peterson, little Norm Peterson quote right there. Cheers. All right. Hey, you know what? Man, 120. I did it again. Where's Rusty? Hey, Rusty, we got to close the show here, buddy. Come on, Rusty. Oh. Hey, we always close the show here on a Rusty Friday. Hey, Rusty, there he is. There's the hey, Rusty. Here, Rusty. Hi. I love the mic. Hey, a little Rusty mic right there. Every time I do that, I always okay. There we go. All right, hey, buddy. How are you? All right, for Rusty, this is Ron Raymond. This was the Raymond Report for a Friday, Freaky Friday, April 9th. Folks, have yourself a great rest of your weekend. As always, shop for value, play those percentages. We'll see you back here on Monday with another Raymond Report.